These lines are amazing. There's a possibility that these could have been part of the Atlantis complex. So I took out my protractor. Okay, I put it right on that outer angle. That's going straight up and down, but it's like exactly 50 degrees. I mean, it's right on the mark right there. That's like 250 kilometers from the angle, and it just keeps going straight. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I do have some new revelations about Atlantis. We're going to take a look at the maps today. As you can see, we're going to go over to Africa. Okay, here we are now. Now, if you didn't see my previous 6 videos on the Eye of Atlantis, you might not know what I'm talking about, but the concentric circles that Plato described in his writings were theoretically here in the Eye of the Sahara. But Plato wrote about Atlantis being an island beyond the Pillars of Hercules. Now, I'm not saying that that's not beyond the Pillars of Hercules. It certainly is. And there were some other writings about there being some things found here. I'm not saying that's impossible either, because the sea levels were to have risen. But when you go through here and you see these lines, and let's go beyond the Pillars of Hercules. By the way, you don't know, that's the Strait of Gibraltar, and you see these lines going right through. What is going on there? And you follow these lines straight out, you go straight to these islands. These lines in the ground are amazing, and over here we can even see some more. There's a bunch of possible sunken islands here. I'm gonna just zoom out a little bit. So there's a possibility that these islands that are kind of underwater now could have been part of the Atlantis complex, and everybody assumes that it's here, and I don't say it's not there. I think that it's just that the concentric circles are down here, and I've talked about that in all my other videos about this. The links will be below. But when you get up close, now this is exciting. Let's get up here. Look at this. Where is it? There it is. Look at that. Look at that grid. Can I go any closer? There we go. So a lot of people are saying that this is possibly some type of Atlantis structure. You can see the longitude and latitude right there. It's a rectangle with symmetrical lines and 90-degree angles. It's quite interesting. And that's part one of the whole thing, because what you have here and right over here is this weird road. I don't even know what it is. It goes directly from here. It starts, if you back out, it goes directly from these islands that are presumably the area that's the sunken Atlantis Islands. You've got that road that goes right across them somehow. Look at that. I don't want to call it a road, and the reason why is because it's about 5 to 10 kilometers wide. But the thing about it is it goes all the way down, thousands of miles, near the grid, turns. And then, I need to get my protractor. And then it goes straight down, straight south. Straight south. I mean, come on, how many miles straight south with all these other lines crossing it? And then another equivalent angle. And where does it end up? It ends up right here at that entrance area that leads up to the concentric circles. So there is some type of connection. There's literally a connection here. I mean, you can see lines everywhere. A lot of them are so straight. I don't know enough about all this, and I do have questions. I do want to know what people can say about this in the comments below. We know that Plato wrote the islands went under the water beyond the Pillars of Hercules. That's up here. And then he writes about these concentric circles, and he says it's in a part of land where the ships can no longer access, and that's clearly here. And the striations of sand show that there was some type of an ancient flood that flooded this whole area and probably closed up those open bays. You've got these striations in the ancient Lake Maghreb. That's in my video number 6. But you've got these weird angles, and it's kind of weird that you have this angle here that's obviously the same as this angle here. Get your protractor out and check it yourself. What is it, an underground fiber optic cable that's 5 kilometers wide? I could imagine a straight line, and you could say it's a jet stream or something, but you've got it going straight over there. Okay, it goes all the way down there. It kind of stops right there. Right here, this is the entrance. What is going on? I really want to know. So you have to kind of question why Google is taking away the ability to see clearly under the water, but we've still got these things here. Look at this one. That one's going straight across there. So you've got this thing going straight down, also at an angle, kind of covered up. I really want to know more. I mean, they got to be man-made. You don't get angles like that if they're not man-made. Okay, so I took out my protractor and I'm going to show you a couple of things. First of all, here's the upper angle near the site with the grid, and you've got, I'll zoom in, 50 degrees. Okay, I put it right on that outer angle, and yeah, I can tweak it a little more. It's kind of hard. That's going straight up and down, and that's 0 degrees. Blue, so you follow the blue out here, it's 130. Going from that, it's 50 degrees. It's a little bit off. I can move it around if I wanted to kind of line it up, but it's like exactly 50 degrees. And then the next one, I did it this way, and again shows really 50 degrees. I mean, it's right on the mark right there. That's like 250 kilometers from the angle, and it just keeps going straight. And then again on the inner line, you know, I can tweak it a little bit right in front of you, get that lined up, and you've got it like right at 50 degrees. Look at down here by the other angle here, 50 degrees if you go that way. It's kind of hard to use this because I'm just kind of winging it, but it's like 50 degrees exactly, or 130 depending on which angle. And down below, 50 degrees, 130, and now down here by the entrance, again 0 and 50. Look at that line right there. That's 50 degrees. It's a little bit off here, but it's also a little bit off there. It's hard to line up. Turning it this way, we can get it lined up parallel first. Let's make it parallel. So again, we're right off of Western Sahara and Mauritania, and look at those angles again, 50 degrees. Okay, if it's not perfect, it's maybe because it's 20,000 years old. Inside, 50 degrees. That's really good right there. That's really close. And right there as well. Look at that, 50 degrees, 5130.